Hello again, friends, and you are my friends, and welcome back to another car reaction. That's right, we're live from the car park outside the Cobble Stand, the world's greatest stand at the world's greatest football team, at the world's greatest stadium. Although, was it the world's greatest today? No, let's be honest, it wasn't. Town made it hard work at times, but they were also in control at times. It was a really game-changing flow, game flow changing. However you want to word it that way. But before we go any further, I'd like you to tell news, views, fan opinion more. Hit the subscribe button. It's free, really helps us out. And of course, like this video. And let me know what you think, what you feel about what you've just seen there. And of course, Millwall losing today. They're up next on Boxing Day. Town into third. It's a really good afternoon for Ipswich Town Football Club. So let us know what you think and fill in the live chat. We've got our SpeakPipe, speakpipe.com/talkingtown. You can leave your free voice message on there and we'll play it, not on tomorrow's show, so I'm not on it, so I can't edit them together, but we'll play it on Tuesday's show. But let's get into today's game then. So, as I said, the game flow kept changing. Town were 1 minute in control, the next, not really, making hard work of it. They almost, at times, it felt like, were in control to the point where they lulled themselves into sleep and then allowed Wednesday back into the game. First and foremost, got to give credit to Sheffield Wednesday. They came with a game plan. They battled really hard, really spirited. It would be so easy, I imagine, being in the position they're in where the spirit and the battle isn't quite there, but that's not them, and that was not them today. They had a really good game plan, and they almost pulled it off. At 2-1, people in the stands, nerves were starting to rattle. It really almost came to fruition for them. And first of all, and second of all, Barry Bannon, I give him a fair bit of stick. I'm not Barry Bannon's greatest fan. It comes a lot from having a brother who's a Wednesday fan, and he's one of Barry Bannon's biggest fans. So, a little bit of sibling rivalry there, if you like. But today, I thought he was technically really good. He's a leader on the field. He's a legend in their eyes, and you can rightfully see why. I really thought he had a good game today for them. But I don't see him week in, week out. So maybe Wednesday fans will tell me different. But on to Town. First of all, Cedric Kipre, one off the line and then a goal from a header. Absolutely. Happy days. A goal from a set piece. We'll have some of that. Thank you very much. I've been calling for goals from set pieces for what feels like forever. And slowly over the last month, we've been getting 100% better with those. But then, of course, there's always a but with Ipswich. And the goal they conceded came from a set piece where two players went for the same ball, were after the same ball. I'm not quite sure what the situation was there, because if it's zonal defending, one should be going for it. If it's man, that's a little bit different. I'd have to see it back. But from my perspective, they both went after the same ball, got in each other's way. It fell to Cooper, who just said, thank you very much, back at the net, Wednesday back in the game. So the good and bad of Town set pieces, but the goal from Cedric Kipre is a really powerful header. And of course, before that, he's cleared on off the line. Not quite sure what Dara O'Shea was doing in that instance, but also in several instances throughout the game where Dara O'Shea for me, and you might disagree, and if you do, let me know. He's a good defender. 1v1, Dara O'Shea's a really good defender. He can head it, he can tackle on the ground. He's got some pace about him. He's a good defender, is Dara O'Shea. He's not the world's greatest ball player. And that's where he really comes unstuck. Because obviously with McKenna's style of play and his philosophy, we want to play out from the back. And I actually look across that back line, more so on the right than the left, I'll be truthfully honest. They're not the most comfortable for me with the ball at their feet and being asked to play a range of passing. And at times, particularly with Dara O'Shea, it really shows at one of those instances. But Cedric Kipre, his partner in defence, came to his rescue and cleared it off the line. Matasiwa was given man of the match in the stadium, rightfully so. His positioning, look, what can you say about Matasiwa that hasn't been said before? There is no new words to say about Matasiwa that you haven't heard from me, from others, haven't read in the press. He's an amazing football player. It all comes from his ability to read the game. He is 2 or 3 steps ahead of anybody else. So his positioning is always spot on. He can play with both feet. Has he got an array of passing range? No. But what he does do is his position is great. He wins the ball. He stops the ball going to your 2 centre-halves 8 or 9 times out of 10. And then he just calmly lays it off into players that are paid the money they're paid because they are game changers. So he plays it into a Kayusa, a Jaden, etc. So look, that's another really good game. I've got a comment here in the chat. It says Neil O'Shea's a liability a lot of the time. Ball at the feet, hard, not I won't say liability, but he's certainly sloppy. But I don't think that's his game. I think if we just asked him to for a better sense, head it, kick it, clear it, you'd say he's actually really, really good. But when you ask him to play intricately and bring it out of defence, I'm just not quite sure he's there yet. It's a part of the game that you can learn, even at a professional, a senior professional as he is. He can get better at that. Absolutely. Look, into midfield. Jens Kajus, I'm always honest on these car reactions. You're not always going to agree with it. You're not always going to like it. And if you don't, let me know. But be constructive with it. Give me what you think. Jens Kajus today showed me when he's on it, he is one of the best midfield players at this level in terms of the ability with the football and carrying it forward and taking us from back to front really quickly on the transition, beating a man. But when he's not on it, he's not on it. And we talk about the game flow changing, Town being in control, Town not being in control. I don't think it's a coincidence that Town's first 2 goals in particular came from the moment where Jens Kajust was on it. If you go back and watch, we're in the corner because Jens Kajust is really involved in the game. He's taking it to Wednesday. He's running at them. He's committing players. He's really, really on it. The second goal, exactly the same. The problem with me and Jens Kajust is that we don't see enough of Jens Kajust on it all of the time. It's 10, 15 minutes, and then it's 20, 25 minutes of, come on, Jens, let's get in the game. Come on, Jens, let's get in the game. And then it's another 10 or 15 minutes of absolute brilliance. What we need to do, not what I need to do. I'm not part of the coaching team. What I would like to see now is just stretching that out. Let's have, instead of 10, 15 minutes, let's have 25 minutes of Jens Kajus absolutely on it. Because when he's bang on it, he's unplayable. And he showed it today. Tam got their first 2 goals because Jens Kajus made things happen. Love watching him play when he's really on it. But for first, I've got to say, 10, 15 minutes, I was just wanting him to get involved in the game. Getting involved in the game, Jens. Because when he gets involved with the game, he's a really good player. That's my take on Jens Kajus. Matchday, I've already spoken about. Jayden had a quiet game by Jayden standards, but that's not a criticism because he still got a goal and he still was one of our more dangerous players, particularly in that first half. But by Jayden standards, a fairly quiet game. And if a quiet game nowadays is scoring a goal and having a couple of opportunities, you kind of take it, right? Because, particularly compared to where we were this time last year or this time, well, let's say 8 months ago with Jayden Philogene, etc. Real turnaround, as we all know, because he's showing why Town brought him to the football club, and he's just really exciting player to watch. Absolutely love watching Jayden Philogene play when he's on it, and at times today he was really on it, really well taken goal. And then of course Jack Clark comes on, and there's no real drop off. Jack Clark can still beat players. Jack Clark can still commit players. Jack Clark can still do all those things that Jayden Philogene can do and can score goals as well. And that's what you want, right? That's why you've got your group. That's why you've got your squad, because you've got to have players that come on when option A, in this case, Jayden Philogene, because there'll be weeks where Jack Clark is option A, has done the majority of the game. And then you're going to bring somebody on who's fresh, but can still be a really dangerous opportunity. George Hurst getting an injury is never ideal. Never ideal for any player to get injured. May force the club. I don't know if anything's come out yet about George Hurst's injury. If they weren't going to be active in the striker market, they're probably going to have to be if it's a long-term injury for George Hurst. Really disappointing. Really sad for him. Disappointing for the football club. But may force the opportunity there to go and bring a striker in, which we need, in my opinion. We absolutely need. We've got comment here. Rob Smith, pressure on Ashton recruitment to get a striker plus midfielder in January. Craig, Jack Clark was the best performance by Town all season for me. Craig, great to see you by the statue, by the way. Sorry we couldn't get 5 minutes to have a conversation, but really good to see you and your wife. I hope you're both well. But yeah, Azon, I would have gone for Akpom when George Hurst pulled up and went off injured. And I didn't see anything out there today to really change my mind in that I would like to have seen Akpom given the opportunity in the George Hurst role up against Wednesday's back line to see what he could have brought to Town today. Azon works hard, had a couple of flashes, but I didn't see enough from him to say, do you know what, McKenna got that one right. But Town won the game. So it's all, it's all nitpicking little stuff, really. Let's be honest. Why is everything so regimental? No idea, Shai Shang. I don't know if that's about me or about the football club. I'll take it about them. No idea. Christian Walton. Can he get better with the ball at his feet? I hope so, because he has proved he's a good shot stopper. But sometimes his decision making is not quite where you'd want it to be for a team with the philosophy that we've got. One instance jumps straight out to my mind. He rolled the ball to leave the. Now, bear in mind, right? You're a goalkeeper. You can see the whole field. You are looking down that whole field, so you can see where every single player is. But he rolls the ball to Leif Davis, and Wednesday have a player sprinting down to him, and the roll wasn't even to his feet. It was 4 or 5 yards to his left. To his right, as you were looking at it from the north stand, and they nip in, and they could have scored from that. So for me, that's a really bad decision from Christian Walton, because you can see the whole field. You can see who's moving. You can see where players are. You've got to read that. You've got to see it. You've got to read it. And on another day, that goes in. I'm not saying it's a different game, but it is a situation that you can manage. An unforced error, which we spoke about midweek, Town and their unforced errors. But look, they weren't in control for some of it. They were in control for some of it. It was one of those games. Wednesday have a lot of spirit, a lot of battle about them, but Town got the job done. Town got the job done, and it's not often it feels after 30 odd years of supporting Ipswich Town that you can walk out knowing that Town should have won the game walking in, or we'll change that. Town should win this game walking in, and walk out saying Town won the game. It wasn't always ideal, it wasn't always pretty, but they did win the game. Anyway, we're brought to you by Match Bingo. We're partnered with them to give you a 100% deposit bonus when you use the word Town, all in caps. Deposit minimum is £10. Over 18s only. Terms and conditions apply. Gamble responsibly. Visit BigGambleAware.org for more information. And Stowmarket Osteopaths, osteopath and physiotherapy needs on Stowmarket, 01449613633. Freddie's the governor there. Give him a call. And yeah, give him a look. Stowmarket Osteopaths, 01449613633. And Match Bingo, over 18s only. T&Cs apply. Please gamble responsibly. Visit BigGambleAware.org for more information. In case I didn't say it, I always panic I didn't say that bit, so I wanted to make sure I just said it again. Stephen, all that is important is you've got those. You've said it best, Stephen. Great comment. Love it. We'll end with that, because I've got to go and play taxi service this evening. If you're having a Christmas party, if you've been to a Christmas party, if you're playing taxi service, if you're doing whatever you're doing this evening, do it. I don't know what I was going to say there. Do it with a smile on your face. I've got no idea. Just have a great evening, guys. All right, Town have won. Result went our way. We're up to third. Millwall up next. We've got a fan reaction we're going to put together now. Trevor's going home to watch Strictly Come Dancing. Trevor, enjoy that Strictly Come Dancing final. It's the last one with Claudia and Tez. I know. There you go. You got an R from the back. Oh, there's no one in the back, by the way. There's no one saying R. Anyway. That's why I'm not a comedian. Anyway, take care, right? Have a great evening. The boys are live tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Lee and Matt, not me. I'm away. But have a great one. Listen to them. Tune in. Thanks for being with me. All 112 of you live. Appreciate you. But yeah, have a great evening. Take care. God bless. All the best. You've reached the end. Thank you so much for watching. Hit here to subscribe. It's totally free. And hit here for more Talking Town videos. I'll see you on the next one.